What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Cultural Currency with Rel Mac, aka the Rap Nerd. Um, Today I just wanted to have a quick discussion about the big three and if there still is a big three. Um, I think there is. It's just a matter of who is all in that big three still, or who has moved up into the big three. Um, I think it's an open-ended conversation that we could have, and maybe some people could leave their opinions and their comments in the comment section. But I have a criteria of what the big three should entail. First, I have impact, album sales, how well your tour does, and quality of music, parentheses, replay value. Um, so that's the criteria that I was thinking about as I was putting the notes together for this video. And I think the obvious number one is Kendrick, um, for reasons being previously it was a general consensus that Drake was number one. And since him and Drake had their issues and the culture has awarded Kendrick the win, then I just think by automatically he's number one. If this was college football rules and the number one seed and the number two seed had a match and the number two seed beat number one, then number two automatically becomes number one. I just think that's obvious reasons. Um, but also Kendrick's impact. He did actually just do the Super Bowl this past year. His most recent album, G and X, it sold it sold 319,000 first week, and also his tour sold out. A stadium tour, world tour. I think that's just an obvious reason of Kendrick Lamar being number one. I don't think there's not much you can debate. Like you can't debate that in my opinion. So we're just going to collectively. I think everyone understands that Kendrick Lamar is number one. Um, at number two, I have a new entry, but I also have valid points for this new entry. My new entry for number two in the big three, Tyler the Creator. Um, his album sells, he tours, he has his own festival, but I'll even rewind and just going off album sales. Tyler the Creator, his most recent album, 2025, Don't Touch the Glass, 197,000 first week. The album before that, Chromacopia, 299,000 first week. The album before that, Call Me If You Get Lost, 169,000 first week. All of these albums are extremely great. It's just great music. They have replay value, and also the album Call Me If You Get Lost won Rap Album of the Year in the 2022 Grammys. So that's just his album sales. Not only that, his tours have been selling out. He's actually on tour right now for Chromacopia, and it's almost like almost every city has sold out. So there's his tours, there's his album sales. Impact. He has a collaboration with Louis Vuitton right now with Pharrell Louis Vuitton. Tyler's doing his thing right now. Not only that, I think Tyler's setting himself up to be the new Kanye West, meaning like his albums kind of like make the culture stop and say, "Hey, what is he doing over there?" He's not following the lead. He's actually creating new trends and creating new sounds and making everyone else follow him. He has a major following as far as like a younger audience. Um, his peers respect him. His peers respect his pen. He was just on the Clips album, and some can argue and say that it's probably one of the best verses of 2025. So my new entry to the big three would be Tyler the Creator for all those reasons I just said. Um, the third slot is kind of where I'm like it's kind of open ended for me, I'm not sure who that third spot deserves to go to. Like I said, number one is Kendrick. I think that's the obvious reason. Number two, I think number two is Tyler the Creator for all the reasons I just spoke about. Um, Number three, people can still say, hey, Drake is still in that big three, and honestly, you wouldn't get too much pushback from me. The only thing that I can say about that would be Drake had the song Nokia. It was making moves on the chart. I believe I think it peaked at number two, but then it just died down. And then after like week after week after week, I think the culture and people just slowly forgot about it and just stopped caring. Um, he dropped the single "What Did I Miss?" Again, it charted because it's Drake, because we want to hear what he has to say. But did it stay? No. He did the song with Central C. Of course, like I said, it's Drake, so it's going to chart. But the second and third week, it just kept declining. It's like Drake's losing his impact, and that's why if you do put Drake in the top three, he would have to be third. I'm sorry, the big three. If you put Drake in that big three, then in my opinion, he has to be third. Some people can make the argument of in saying J. Cole was still in the big three. Hey, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But in my opinion, once he backed out of the battle, it's kind of like you kind of lost points. Like you were going around on every feature, every song, saying how you're the best rapper and no one wants to see you. But then when someone come outside and say, "Hey, check up," and now you don't want to like, nah, you cool. You backed out of it, and it's like, all right, so and plus we haven't heard too much from J. Cole this year or ever since the battle for the most part. So it's kind of like, yeah, you can maybe put him in that big three still, but again, if you do, I think in my opinion, he still has to be third. Um, a name that not too many people bring up, Future. Um, Future has impact. His album sales, like his last album, We Don't Trust You, with Metro, 251,000 first week. The album following that, We Still Don't Trust You, 127,000 first week. Future has the impact. I think if Future drops an album right now, I think the culture stops what they're doing and goes to that album. So I think a potential new entry could be Future. Like I said, I got Kendrick as one, I got Tyler as two. That third slot is kind of, and that's why I want to just have an open discussion with you guys as to if there is a big three still, who is in that big three, and who is the third entry. I know some people are raving and just like, hey, we need to mix it up. And some people can say, hey, JID, he's on the come up. His last album, God Does Like Ugly, cool album. So I think he has potential to ascend into that big three. But as of right now, I don't think he's there yet. I believe the album only sold maybe like 39,000, somewhere in that range, or I could be wrong. Um, but what's your thoughts? Like, leave a comment and just let me know, who do you think the new big three is, or has it changed, or maybe it hasn't changed to you. But I just want to see what you guys think. I think within the next 12 months, I think, in my opinion, that third slot should be like, I think I should have an answer, or we should have an answer on who that third slot should be within the next 12 months. From August, right now it's August 2025. I think by August of next year, someone, those wild cards who were number three, either Drake, Kendrick, I'm sorry, Drake, Cole, Future, or maybe even JID. I think someone has to separate themselves from the pack to say, hey, I'm the third one, or I deserve to be in this big three. But as of right now, I think it's difficult to argue that Kendrick doesn't deserve it and Tyler doesn't deserve it. I think the main debate or the main issue would be who's number three. Let me know what you think, man. I was thinking about this all morning, and I'm like, You know, that whole Kendrick line, forget the big three, it's just big me, kind of like it shocked the world, obviously. And then, we got the battle out of it. But and now it's like, does it still exist? And if it does exist, well, who's in it? So let me know what you think. Um, like, I don't think there's no right or wrong answer because I think it's just your opinion. And I'm obviously sharing my opinion, but I think like a universal big three, like like how the universal big three in the 2010s was Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. What's the new universal big three? Who's in it, and where do they rank? Like one, two, or three? I'm very very curious to know what people say. So leave your comments. I'm definitely gonna check them out. Um, One, in my opinion, definitely Kendrick. Two, Tyler. I'm kind of up in the air about the number three, but I also think someone has to separate themselves from the pack to solidify that third spot. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Leave your comments, like the video, subscribe, but let me know what you think about the big three, if there still is a big three, and who is in that current big three as of right now, August of 2025. This is Cultural Currency with Real Mac the Rap Nerd. I'll catch you on the next video.